So the first one, recognize that if you're feeling down, this is okay. Yeah. What's happening is actually your oxytocin, your social bonding hormone, especially if you live by yourself, is going down. And in the ancient tribes, this was a sign that the person is away, makes us feel sad, lonely. It was a sign that, hey, you might be in danger. Yeah, this is your body telling you something is wrong. But it does help to recognize that and say, yeah, well, I know this is what I'm going through, and this is logical that I'm feeling like this. Try to reformulate this in your brain that rather than being lonely, you have actually an opportunity to have solo time and solitude, and make it really constructive. You know, I unfortunately don't have this opportunity because I'm probably working now twice as much. I was just, we were having a chat with Anastasia before that I'm very envious of these people who suddenly have lots of free time. But, you know, think if you can do it for yourself as a mini retreat, maybe read, maybe do your yoga, maybe just sit down and do nothing, which is also important. Yeah, just that we don't have to be obsessed with productivity all the time. Funny enough, having hot drinks and generally hot food and staying in warm clothes helps alleviate loneliness, because remember, one of the things loneliness does is decreases your body temperature. So please make sure, if we're still in spring, that you're actually dressed up properly. You know, this kind of winter cozy thing, it actually does have an effect. And if you have somebody to give you hugs you're living with, just ask them for a hug session. Yeah, nothing else, just hugs. Hugs and skin-on-skin contacts help produce oxytocin, which is our social bonding hormone. Must do exercise. Exercise helps elevate endorphins, one of the happiness hormones, and try to be in the sunlight, not because it kills the virus, but actually because it elevates your serotonin level, another happiness hormone that we have, either from social recognition or actually from being in the sun. If you feel very stressed, any form of meditation or mindfulness or just deep breathing or concentrating on one thing, for example, like painting something, coloring, is a great way to manage your stress levels. One thing that I never have patience to do, but I found it very, very useful working with clients, and when I was working with it a few years ago, was gratitude journal. So every day writing down 10, 20, 30 things you're grateful for puts your brain into actually appreciative mode and noticing the small things, and makes your surrounding kind of more controllable, if you wish. Concentrate on having fewer interactions, but make them really quality ones. You know, use the opportunity to use social media, WhatsApp, whatever you use to connect with other people, to really get to know them. It's difficult. There is not much information from others via just a screen, but this connection still can happen. One of the ways to do this is actually not just to chat, but to do some experiences together. Yeah. So for example, I do dancing classes. So we have a daily call with the girls with whom we used to go to the classes, and we just put the music on YouTube and we have a session. We can't really see each other much, but we know that, you know, there is some object moving there. So it's something that creates for you the sense of bonding. Yeah. Another thing that we do with my friends is a book club. So we just have one in real life, and now we have moved it online. And actually it works really, really great, talking about the books we're reading, books we like. A super powerful one. Remember that we're social beings, and actually we get oxytocin not just when we're being helped, but when we're helping others. So the way to alleviate your loneliness is to volunteer to help somebody else. A simple thing like dropping a note to a neighbor saying, hey, I'm going to the shop, if you need anything, let me know. Yeah, and just leaving in the bag. Anything. Think about this. The lonelier you feel, the better it is to go and volunteer and do something else. So it moves your accent from your ego and how bad you feel about what can I do for others. This naturally increases your oxytocin level. If you're sharing news, try sharing good news with others. It's funny enough, it also helps alleviate loneliness. So rather than spreading just bad news, yeah, also think about some of the good news you can share. And if you have a chance, talk to strangers. Maybe just say hi when you're getting on the tube, yeah, through the mask. Something like this also makes you feel part of the tribe. And it's a great idea if you have somebody close to you, if they just tell you every day something like a random thought or a question, so that you feel that you're still being connected. And one of the last suggestions that you can do is actually to have a specific goal for this period, and know that you're doing every day something to move towards it. So this way you won't be having much time to be focusing on how lonely you feel, because you know that there is something bigger than you that you need to focus on.